Timothee Chalamet is an actor that lately has had a very good career progression, and while his performances in Waka and in the Dune movies were pretty average, he has really flourished in his two latest roles, first in 2024 in A Complete Unknown as Bob Dylan, and in the movie I will be talking about today, Marty Supreme, that also was nominated for the Oscars this year. Although I do not think his role in the movie can beat what he did as Bob Dylan, it comes pretty close, and that's why I will also say that it is his second best role. The reason why I feel his role is very good is the way that Timothée Chalamet in this character as Marty Supreme manages to be an asshole against everybody, and it does not switch off in this performance. Whether it is against the media, against the leader of the International Table Tennis Federation, that slick rich guy that wants to take him on an event in Japan to fight Anno and lose on purpose, that older woman that he seduces into a secret relationship, or the woman that carries his baby and he just runs off and tries to abandon her. That's something that takes skill from Timothy, and it feels like a role Leonardo DiCaprio used to do back in the day in The Wolf of Wall Street or in Django Unchained. Obviously, he is now maybe too old for those types of movies, and Timothy may have taken over the reins on that. Nevertheless, while the role may lack a real breakdown as we saw in The Smashing Machine, or perhaps is a more seriously balanced movie than this one, because despite his problems, the character just stays the same, and Timothy manages to be this arrogant superstar with super high self-esteem throughout the whole movie. Something he perhaps did even better in his last big role, in the aforementioned movie, A Complete Unknown. Nevertheless, this arrogance and almost prima donna-like vibes he shows in this character is a feat that makes this movie highly enjoyable. That's simply said. While he absolutely in previous movies were rolled dry by the other actors, in his latest two acts, that's changed, and now he is the one that manages to impress with his acting performances. This time around, it is very close to a stand-out act in a movie, where I do not feel anyone really can match his dedicated performance as an arrogant ping-pong player with superstar vibes. Naturally, you of course miss to see him more in tournaments as a ping-pong player, but as a character struggling with havoc in his personal life, where a career seems to go off the rails, and he has to raise money in untraditional ways to pay off a fine that he got in his first tournament, for example by stealing a dog and then delivering it back for ransom, or hustling at ping-pong games. That's a portrayal he does in a slick style that is hard to replicate. I feel clearly a feature that separates this role from many other roles that Timothy has done before comes down to the way he gives more of himself, tries a bit harder, and just kind of works it into the real thing. I personally like when people are casted well, if they fit their roles like a glue, or they play so well that you associate that person with the role. Of course, it is a long while away from a performance done by De Niro in Cape Fear, or from Denzel Washington in American Gangster, but it is definitely one of the better roles I've seen in 2025, alongside Oscar Isaac and Christoph Waltz, that we saw in the Frankenstein movie. So what I then only can say, as a last-ditch comment, is that I hope we will see more roles from Timothée Chalamet, where he shows more raw dedication and gives a little bit more of himself.